Good morning. Hello, my friends. Glad you're with me this morning working out. I've got something today that's going to be kind of fun. It's a 7-5-3, so 3 different, segments of the workout. The first one's 7 minutes long, then 5 minutes and 3 minutes. Movements are relatively the same, they change slightly. So we'll go over all that stuff in a minute. But I'm glad you're here. So let's start off with 2 minutes of just warming up however you want, whether it's jumping jacks, going for a 2-minute run, jump rope, do burpees, just something to warm up those muscles and get the heart rate up a little bit. I think I'm just going to do jumping jacks and maybe some jump rope. I always like to work on my double unders when I get the chance. But it is a beautiful day outside today. So even go outside and get a quick little run in. Let's see. All right, so 2 minutes. Get my timer on. Let's see. Okay, and go. You can also just kind of jog in place, do some step-ups. Again, just moving if you have equipment, if you have a bike or a rower or anything, just start moving. I'm actually not going to do double unders today. I've done them a couple times this week. And with my calf raises in my inferno class, if you were there, I think my calves have had enough work. All right, have about 30 more seconds. All right, rest. All right, my heart rate's up a little bit, breathing a little bit harder. Good morning, Megan. Good morning, Heather. So the equipment you're going to need today, something to lift. If you don't, preferably a kettlebell. If you don't have a kettlebell, you're going to be going for a dumbbell. But you want these to be, if you have heavier ones, on the heavier side. At least for the first and the second round. The last round, you maybe could go a little bit lighter. But I have got, at least for my first 2 rounds, I'm going to be using my 55-pound kettlebell. My third round, possibly might be using my 35-pound kettlebell. I'm going to play it by ear. So ideally, you'd use the same weight all throughout. But if you don't have kettlebells, again, you can use dumbbells. Again, if you only have lightweight dumbbells, go ahead and swap it for just a home piece of equipment. Like a full thing of laundry detergent. If you don't have that, again, get a backpack. If you don't have one set up already, grab a backpack, put a whole bunch of water bottles in it. Again, the first 2 rounds, you're going to want it a little bit heavier. And those movements will allow you to lift more. And we'll go over all this stuff in just a minute. So that's the only equipment that you're going to need other than your mat, is just something to lift. So let's continue with the warm-up. The warm-up, again, are movements that are going to transfer into the movements we're doing in the WOD today. So we're gonna start by doing some burpees, just step back burpees into a high plank for the first round. So we're just gonna do 10. So step back burpee, hands down, step it back into a high plank. Give me 10. I think one more. All right, nice. So we're gonna do stretching out our hip flexors to get back down to that high plank position. We're gonna do 5 of these on each side. You're gonna bring left foot up on the outside of your left hand, keeping that back leg straight. Now if you can, touch that elbow to the floor and then reach it up to the sky. And then switch legs. Now if you can't get your elbow down, to get it down as far as you can. It's just going to help you to open those hips more. What you want to prevent from happening is to have the sole of your foot come up like that when you do it though. So keep the sole of your foot down as you stretch those hips. And let's do one more on each side. Good, go ahead and come back up. We're gonna do some squats, just normal air squats. Heels directly underneath your shoulders. Turn your toes out slightly so that you can drive your knees outwards. All right, let's go ahead and do 10 together. Dropping your hips back and down, weight stays in your heel, chest is lifted. And try to get low so that your hip crease goes beneath your knees. Good, stay tight in the bottom so that you're not bouncing out of that squat. It's nice and controlled in the bottom. All right, nice job. Now let's go back to those burpees. This time, we're going to be jumping back into your high plank. Give me 5. So hands down. So this right here is going to be one of your modifications. And again, if you need to, you can always step it back. All right. Okay, let's take it back down to the floor, continuing to stretch our hip flexors in a Samson stretch. Now, if you need a towel or something to put underneath that knee that's on the floor, that's fine. Otherwise, go ahead and lunge forward, almost like you're doing the splits here. Squeeze that back glute. Now, the knee should not be going over the toes. So if you're like this, move your foot out a little wider. So that knee is relatively over the ankle. Reach up and back, and then switch sides. Drive forward, reach up and back, and switch sides. 5 on each side. I hope all of you are well, and that your households are healthy. I think we're hopefully seeing the light of this quarantine, the light at the end of the tunnel. But I'll be with you right here until the end. All right, let's do one more. I tell you, I can't talk and count at the same time. But that's okay. It's just extra bonus work when we do more. All right, go ahead and come back up. This time we're going to be reverse lunging. Now, if lunges hurt your knees, revert to the squat for the WOD that we're doing. So, step back and make sure you're keeping your feet hip width distance. Again, you don't want a tightrope walk. You don't want your feet to be all in a line. So as you lunge back, whoops, keep your feet hip width distance apart. Okay, so go ahead and give me 5 on each side. Chest stays up. And give me a big lunge back. If you notice here, my knee is under my hip. And this, again, this ankle is still under that knee. If your stance is too narrow, or even too wide, sometimes people will get way too wide. Okay? So once you've done 10, go ahead and stop. Just think knee under the hip and front knee under the ankle. You'll feel the difference. All right, so let's go back for one more round. This time I want 5 full chest to floor burpees. All right, hands down. And rest, nice job. All right, let's go back to those lunges, and then we're going to add something in right here in the end. So go give me 5 on each side. If this is hurting your knees, if you're on cement or something, you can stop it by the hover. All right. So go ahead and grab that weight. You can start with something maybe a little bit lighter, but there are 3, where our WODs change is in these 3 movements. Starting with the sumo deadlift high pull, then you're going to go into a Russian kettlebell swing, and then lastly, an American kettlebell swing. If your equipment will allow you to do that. If you have something that you can take overhead. You can even use, again, your laundry detergent or bleach if it has a screw-on tight lid that's not going to come off. You just want it secure, whatever you're lifting overhead. All right, so starting with the sumo deadlift high pull, we're first going to start with the deadlift portion. So again, get your feet, so probably for this, let's go a little wider than shoulder width. And the kettlebell's going to be right, a little bit forward, right in between your heels. You're going to bend down, keeping your chest up, grabbing the handle of whatever it is you're lifting, and you're going to stand at a deadlift. Just stand it up. Push your butt back, and then bend at the knees. So go ahead and give me 10. This is the first part of the sumo deadlift high pull. Okay, so adding on to it, that first part, get that full extension, then you're going to shrug your shoulders and then pull your elbows up and out, pulling the kettlebell up underneath your chin. Again, or if you're using a different piece of equipment, I'm just going to use this as an example. Same thing here, stand it and deadlift. Now when you do a high pull, you come to extension, elbows up, handlebar underneath the chin. Okay, it's faster movement than that. You want to use that hip drive to create that momentum to drive that weight up. So let me do 3, and then we'll do it together. Boom. Use that hip. Good. So let's do 3. Remember, elbows are up. Okay. Let's do 10 together in 3, 2, 1, go. Good. All right, that's your first movement in the first 7-minute section. That's different. Your sumo deadlift high pull. In the second section, your 5-minute work, you're going to be doing a Russian kettlebell swing. So using that same piece of equipment. All right, Now, your feet can be a little bit more narrow here. So your feet are more like shoulder width apart. It can be maybe a little bit wider. But kettlebell is slightly in front of your feet. That first pull, keep the shoulders lifted, chest up, shoulders back, is going to be backwards. That's going to create momentum to create your first swing. So back, right here. Now keep the kettlebell high up in your legs. You want it just beneath your crotch. And it's coming to eye level. So go ahead and give me 10. Good. Think of bend and snap. This is a movement right here. You're not going into a deep squat. Pushing your hips back, squeezing your butt forward. All right, when you're done with those 10, we're going to move on to the American kettlebell swings. And again, that's if you have a piece of equipment that will allow you to do that. If not, you're just going to stay with these Russian swings. All right, so American, same setup and everything. The only difference is you're bringing it instead of here to eye level, you're bringing it up overhead. So if you're using a kettlebell, the bottom of the kettlebell is going to be facing the ceiling. So again, if you're using a piece of equipment like this, you're bringing it up right here. So shoulders come back by the ear, or your deltoids more like, come back by the ear, biceps. All right, let's go ahead and do, let's just do 5 kettlebell swings, American kettlebell swings. All right, swing back and then up. You might need to even get another little extra swing to help you with that first one, depending on what weight you're using. All right, good job. I'm going to bring you over to the board and explain what we're doing. Hey, we got Megan and Heather and Lacey, which means also my dad. Hopefully you're there, and Skylie and Mom. All right, so here it is. 7, 5, 3. You have 3 different sections. First section is 7 minutes. You have 3 different movements. You're going as many rounds of those movements as you can within that 7 minutes. We have 10 of your sumo deadlift high pulls. Again, I'm going to try starting with 55 pounds, just so you have a gauge of what, and that would be considered RX. So you don't have to use anything that heavy, but I'm just showing you that this is a heavier, semi-heavier lift. All right, then you have alternating lunges. Again, that reverse lunge we did in the warm-up, 8 of them. That's 4 on each side. And 6 burpees, okay? You're doing that as quickly as you can within the 7 minutes. Then you get 1 minute rest. Once that 1 minute's over, we're going into round 2, which is a 5-minute AMRAP. So you still have the same rep scheme, 10, 8, 6. You have the Russian kettlebell swings, 8 alternating lunges, and 6 burpees. So the lunges and the burpees always stay the same. The only thing changing is that first movement. After your 5 minutes, you have 1 more minute rest, and then you have a 3-minute AMRAP. Again, same rep scheme. You have 10 American kettlebell swings. Now you're bringing it all the way up to the ceiling, arms by the ears, and 8 alternating lunges, 6 burpees. So because you have rest in this workout, you want to go a little bit faster. Your first round, maybe don't go all out sprint, yeah, because you have 3 rounds, but you want it to be a good pace, a nice pace, because you're going to get that minute rest. And again, everything's fairly short rep, so you're not going to get overly tired in your muscles before you're switching the movements up. It's really just going to get your heart rate up. So go ahead and get a drink of water. I'll give you a minute or 2 if you need to go to the restroom, and then come back and we will get this party started. So go ahead and get your music on if you haven't done so already, and we'll go in 2. So 3, 2, 1, go. You also might want to grab some chalk, just to help you keep track of your score, if you're interested in that. I always lose track of my rounds, every single time if I don't keep score written down somewhere. Okay, we got one more minute. Again, if you don't have chalk to write somewhere, grab your notebook and write down every time you finish a round. Give yourself a little check. Write down the weight you used or what you used to lift. And in fact, I highly encourage you to write this workout down anyways, just so that you can always go back and do it later. And just compare how you did today versus how you do it next time. All right, that's been 2 minutes. Is everybody ready? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. All right, let's go. Go ahead and have your dumbbell, kettlebell, whatever it is, right next to you. Just have it far enough away that you're not going to hit your head on it when you're doing burpees. All right, I got my clock set here. I'm going to give you a 10-second countdown, so get your own stopwatch too. I'm going to go ahead and I'll tell you when to stop, when to go, but it's good for you to get in the habit of using your own. I'll show you again at the end of class the app I like to use, but you can also use your normal timer. Today, I'm using the app, but it's just a normal timer. So we're just counting up, 3, 2, 1, go, and your time is just going to accumulate. We're going to be going the first 7 minutes again, then minute number 7 to 8, we're resting. We're going to start on minute number 8, going to 13. So, and so on and so on. So just use a normal timer. But again, I'll tell you when to stop and when to go. All right, 10 seconds. Here we go. Counting down. I might regret choosing my 55 pounds. 3, 2, 1, and go. Sumo deadlift high pull. All right, right into those reverse lunges. 8, 4 on each side. Again, if these hurt, do regular air squats. And 6 burpees. All right, go right back into your sumo deadlift high pull. All right, your lunges. And burpees. All right. Go right to the 2-minute mark. 5 minutes to go. Drive into it. Keep your lunges hip distance. Less than 3 minutes left to go. Get the heart rate up. If you're having to break those up, do a lighter weight. Try to get those unbroken. Two minutes. Nice job. You got 1 minute to go. Thirty seconds. Seconds. And time. Oh, nice work. So I got 6 plus 10. 6 rounds and my first 10 movements into the next round. All right, same thing next round. Only you're gonna do Russian kettlebell swings. Got that heart rate up. Okay, so right here. Here, eye level. Use those hips to create that swing, that momentum. 5 minutes is all you have to do. All right, we're going in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. Still 8 reverse lunges. And 6 burpees. There you go, keep it up. There we go, under 3 minutes to go. All right, 2 minutes to go. All right, right back into it. All right, 1 minute left. Come on, you got it. Try not to stop. You got 30 seconds left. Fifteen seconds. And time. Good work. 1 minute rest. Okay. That time I completed 4 rounds with 10 extra reps. Last one. I'm switching my weight out. I'm gonna go a little bit lighter here. All right, got 30 seconds, but you only have 3 minutes of work. Remember that. So push yourself. This is where you have to really dig down deep and just bring up that grit. All right, 10 seconds. American, going all the way up overhead. If you don't have a kettlebell dumbbell or something tight, take it to Russian. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Pop that hip. Same thing, 8 lunges. And 6 burpees. Two minutes to go. Keep it up. One minute to go. Come on. Twenty seconds. Time. Oh. Nice job. Okay, that time I got 3 rounds exactly. All right, sit back. Let your heart rate come down. How are y'all doing? Did you make the right choice with your equipment, with your weight? So, move a little closer. If you found that it was just too easy, I'm telling you, well, you can go buy some equipment, but it's really hard to be found right now. Dumbbells, kettlebells, you can look online, but word is on the street that they're just, everybody's bought them, so it's hard to come by them. So, again, the next best thing to that is your backpack. If you haven't done it yet, but like, man, I need more weight, go get your backpack. Fill it with water bottles, go weigh it on a scale. I said, my first 2 rounds I did 55 pounds, but I've been doing this for a while, so you probably don't want to go that heavy, but maybe 35 pounds would be a good one, or even 24. My last one, overhead, I can do the 55 pounds or 53 pounds, but after doing all the other ones, I'm like, I'm just gonna be smart, and listen to my body and go with a lighter weight. But again, you can create this weight simply by backpack. So don't freak out if you can't get anything that you need in the stores. Just adjust to it. This is temporary. You can go out and buy that stuff later. But you want to get a good workout. You want to get your heart rate up. And if your weight's not heavy enough, yes, you're still going to be moving around. It's going to be some benefit. But just by making that simple change, it'll make a difference in your workout. So the high five, give yourself a high five. If you're working out with others, give them a high five. Tomorrow is Inferno, so I hope to see you there, and go get plenty of water. It's a beautiful day outside in Texas, so go for a walk, just do something, enjoy the fresh air, get some vitamin D, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks for the workout. We'll talk to you later. Bye.